So I'm sitting here in line at the drive-thru and thinking about yarn and what I need to do in my craft room, as one does. And I remembered there is a dollar store just over there. And I think it's time to pay a little visit. Want to come in? Okay, so food's been acquired. Drink has been acquired, and it is time to check out the Dollar Tree. So my goal that I have decided in the last 5 minutes is I have purchased like 1 or 2 skeins from Dollar Tree, but I've never really done anything with them. So I would really love to pick up some yarn, like actually intended for a project. So I'm hoping that this one has a good selection. I don't go on this one very often, so fingers crossed. And there's a couple things in the craft room that definitely need better organization. And I'm hoping to honestly just be inspired to see what I can see and grab some stuff to make life a little easier around my workspace. So fingers crossed. I honestly don't know what to expect. Like, I've been to other Dollar Trees, but this one, it's been a long time, and hi, big yellow puss. I know what I'm going after, but I don't know what I'm going after. This will be fun. Well, I already know that this place is going to be a bust because here is their yarn selection. That's literally it. A few just yarns, and then the rest are Crafter's Square yarn. This is a pretty color. However, I think I am going to go to a different location because there is, well, I don't really feel like it, so I guess we just make do. What weight is this? So this is 132 yards. 4 weight. I do like that color. Let's see. Haha, I found more. So definitely curious. There's just a few of the Premier. Less yardage. Definitely thicker looking yarn. You can definitely feel a quality difference too. I am thinking maybe cute baby blanket. If I get 2 purple, 2 of the blue. Nothing else back there. 2 white. And 2 yellow. And there are some pink ones too. We'll do that. Okay, so full confession, that Dollar Tree, the selection, no, I'm gonna go another one. But I did buy the yarn that was in my cart. So we're gonna see how, that compares to what's in another one. And I really hope that means that Dollar Tree is not getting away from Premier yarns, because that was kind of awesome that, yeah, it wasn't as great quality as regular Premier yarns, but it was still Premier yarn. However, this stuff, Crafter's Square, this definitely seems much more cheaply made. So I'm gonna drive to the next closest location and see what they have to offer. Right, take two. This is a location I have never been to, so I honestly have no idea what to expect inside. You guys know that you get like good ones and bad ones, so fingers crossed. All right, this one is already better. So this is at the front of their store. It looks like some really cute spring items. Really pretty. Oh, I love that. Got some little baskets. I was actually looking at a basket very similar to this at Joann's when I was looking for clearancey stuff there, or, you know, going out of business stuff. And I almost spent $10. And I was like, oh, they probably have something similar to the Dollar Tree. I was correct. They have some pretty colors, but I think I might just go with gray. Note to self, don't go to other Dollar Trees. Check out this, like, craft section. It's huge. And this is a much, much better yarn selection. Now, I kind of regret buying this stuff at the other place because this is all the premier stuff. I don't know why the other one just had the cheaper version of stuff, but yeah, so much better. I think I'm going to do a baby blanket with that other yarn. And with this one, I don't know. Oh, they do have one. So they have a few of them, actually. So I wonder if they are still moving over and this one's just has a bigger supply of, like, the older stuff. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, that Teddy stuff is so soft. Man, they have so much stuff. I have not been to a Dollar Tree anywhere in my area that has this many colors. Oh my gosh. Okay. I think I'm still going to go with worsted weight. And I'm just going to get some really good colors. They can have 2 colors of green. What? That is impressive. All right. I love this dark purple. And this is still, so the other one was 120 something yards, 109. So I get 2 of those. And I do love this bright, but I don't think that's going to go together. I would buy gray, but if you saw my yarn organization video, I have a ridiculous amount of gray. But gray might just go with this. It's a really pretty peach color. I do like the green. So I think we're going to go with 2 of those. Going for some deeper colors this time, apparently. I'm not a big fan of this shade of blue, but I feel like that might go with it. I don't know. This blue, no. That is a really pretty red. Oh my goodness. I might need to get to some of that red. Yeah. Red. Let's see. Brown. I wish they had like this, the teddy yarn, like this color, because that would go perfectly with that. All right, I'm gonna select 2 more and call the yarn part good. All right, I changed it up a bit. I decided that red with the green might be a bit too Christmassy, so we took that out. But oh my gosh, look how cute these are. Oh, stop. Fun. Let's see if they have any yarn. Crafty. Ooh. I can always use another pair of scissors. Any other colors? Nope, just this bright pink. Yeah, why not? I do have crochet hooks, but they are plastic. They used to have metal ones, but clearly not anymore. So, conclusion, that is a way, way better Dollar Tree. I didn't get everything I got on camera, but I'll show you when I get back to the craft room. But for now, just know I am so glad that I went out of my way to try a different location because I got goodies. And we are back in the craft room. So I ended up with quite a bit more yarn than I had intended to. However, because there was the two different types or brands of yarn, I wanted to do something with both of them. Also, because I wasn't sure if the second location would have the premier yarn, if all of a sudden that was like a sign of things to come. So I purchased stuff at the first Dollar Tree and I decided just, I might as well get the premier too. So I have two projects in mind, but I'm going to show you everything that I ended up getting. So we have yarn and we have some organization supplies. So I thought let's start with some organization. There's some more organization in here underneath the yarn, so I'll just start with a little bit. So Dollar Tree, for those not in the States, is now $1.25. They have, if you know what you're looking for, they have some really good stuff. Definitely some of it is obviously very cheaply made. Okay, most of it's very cheaply made. But some has like withstood the test of time, as it were. So, for example, I am not really doing anything with this yarn that's in here right now. I pulled it out to make some hats out of it because it was just not enough for anything else. But I got this little cute basket at the Dollar Tree last year, and I'm sad I didn't get more colors because this is my favorite color. I love teal and, as my cousin calls it, ocean color. I like ocean color. But they have some really good wire baskets and things like that. Unfortunately, they do not have that color anymore. So I went fairly neutral on most of the stuff I bought because I didn't want to have too much of a clash in here. However, I do like neutrals, especially I really didn't know this was a thing until I was watching a video several months ago. Millennial gray is a thing. They blame it because we grew up with so much color and like that 80s cottage style drapes and decor and 90s, and so we have a lot of gray things, and I never realized it until I saw that. And now looking around my stuff, I do have a lot of grays. Because things match it, right? So anyway, that aside. First thing, I showed this. It was at the beginning of the second store. This, oh my gosh, it's even better on camera. Look how cute this is. So they had this in a couple different colors. I really, really liked the design of it. I think that is adorable. And the nice thing is the height of it, it's pretty good. So it's about half the size of, a regular skein of yarn. But what's nice, especially for the yarn from Dollar Tree, I can stack several of them. So I like that it's long and skinny. And just in general, like this is such a great project thing. It's a great organization tool. I definitely have some stuff over on top of a container that is just out of control. So this might be a good thing for that. And also at that same location, I found this over with their main stuff. If you look really closely at it, it almost looks like knitting. So I thought that was a really pretty, and I love this part of it. I thought that was really, really cool. It's not big, it's not small. It's about 9.5 by 7 inches. So not big, but I feel like this is the best measurement because all of us know the size of a skein, right? An average skein. So it's about a skein long. So I actually could just put one of them in there. Hey, you can use it as a yarn bowl alternative. I really just got it to store some odds and ends. Again, some organization needs to happen over here. And it can also hold things like, I did pick up a new pom-pom maker. I cannot find the good, like the normal one, the good one that I have. So I figured $1.25. I do pom-poms often by hand, by just wrapping it around, but it is nice to have an actual pom-pom maker. I also picked up, so that'll, probably go in there so I don't lose it this time. I also picked up some crafting scissors. I do wonder how crappy they are or good they are. Because again, Dollar Tree, you can go either way. I thought those were pretty sleek. I like the size of them. Let's do a little, ooh, that cut really nice, actually. I am impressed. I thought that was going to struggle with that. So let's try a little bit of yarn. I know. Nice. I definitely have had scissors from there that are really crappy, and these are not that bad. And these are really great project bag size. So not bad. Put that aside now that I have made trash out of it. I also got this little guy. So they had a bigger size. This is technically a pencil holder, but I am tired of, I have, I'll put a picture in here. I have a really cute little corgi that I got from Michael's a couple years ago, and I'm sure it's supposed to be like a little succulent planter, but I decided it was going to be my hook holder out in the living room area. So in here, I figured I needed something else because I really was getting tired of, I have hooks here, hooks there, everywhere. I have a container for them, but oftentimes I just end up putting them down because I'm just going to use them right again, right? So I thought that was a really great, very plain, very basic, but again, storage container. And you can also put the scissors in there too. But next up, that's actually funny because it's same color. It was like dark blue, which I like blues, but it wasn't quite the blue I was wanting. They had gray, black, white, and this color and like a light pink. But I thought this was a good little bucket, and it will hold 4. I think you could probably fit more in there, but 4 skeins. So let's just, all my Joanne yarn is sitting over here, so I might as well just try it out. Let's see. So there's 4. You can oh, those are actually kind of nice together. You can actually probably stuff like another one in there. But then again, if you're working on project, you kind of want space for the project. But I liked how easy it was to pick up. I love my project bags, don't get me wrong, but sometimes I just want something that's a little bit more sturdy. There were some other great options, and I'll insert them here that I did not get. There was a lot of plastic containers, a lot more like the little couple of the gray ones that I got. They also had these little stackable ones, which I don't have a place to put them on the ground, or I can't think of a place I could like stack them in this room. But really great storage solution for yarn, toys, fabric, odds and ends, whatever. I thought that was pretty nice. And then the last storagey item I got. So I didn't go after a ton. I just had a couple things in mind, and I am actually really happy with all that I was able to find. Is obviously it's not going to be the best like quality, but a jumbo storage bag for under the bed. With all of the buying from Joanne, I have 2 really big bags next to me full of yarn, and you know, I just organized this. So I am looking for things to store said things. Said yarn, sorry. Said things. Things to store the things. So they are not just hanging out, taking up space. So I thought, ooh, this is definitely not the best quality. It's cloth, obviously very cheaply made. Like it's really cheap. It's the dollar store, and it wasn't even the dollar plus section. This is just the dollar store. So for $1.25, you can't expect that much amazingness. I feel like I can stick like a decent amount in there. In fact, I will take a video after this of emptying out one of these bags, and I will show you how many skeins can fit into this. Again, $1.25, not the highest quality. I wasn't expecting the highest quality from the dollar store. I just want some storage things. Okay, so it didn't fit as much as I had hoped, but still 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16. That's pretty good, and that will store better than just having one of these bags laying around. And it does empty out a bag, so we'll take it. Obviously, again, not great quality, but it does store things and it serves its purpose. So let's make sure though that we can actually do this. You can definitely see that it's straining a bit. Okay, well, oh, it does not stay flat very well. Does its job? Is it the best? Of course not, but it's from the dollar store. Still, storage solution? Yes. Yeah, so I am going to grab the yarn that I got. Maybe we'll do a little bit of a comparison. So I got these lovely yarns. They are very pastel, very kind of Eastery colors to me, good spring colors, but they are the Crafters Square brand, which, like I said, I have seen like the premiere everywhere else, and I'm sure this is an okay yarn. It's actually not as rough as I would think. It's actually decently soft. It actually might beat out some other value acrylic yarn. But does it feel amazing? Of course not. It's the dollar store, but it's really not as bad as I thought. So let me get one that well, this will work. So this is 2.1 ounces, 60 grams, 132 yards, 120 meters. Oh, 90% polyester, 10% acrylic. That's interesting. This does call for 5mm knitting needles, 6mm or a J10 crochet hook. I don't know about that. This really kind of feels more like a DK weight to me, or a very, very light 4. And for that, I would not use a 6mm. I would say 5.5 at the most, obviously depending on your project, but I'm thinking some kind of cute little baby blanket, maybe just granny squares or a wave or something fun. I will work that up and put it at the end of the video, or at least like part of the blanket, just so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like. I am actually really excited by these colors. I think that's going to be Really cute, but like I said, I do not think this is a 4 weight. This is definitely more of like a 3. So I'm gonna have to kind of play around with the crochet hook because I don't think a 6mm is the right one for this, but could be wrong. I'm probably not. So putting those aside, I got the Premier yarn that you've been seeing at most of the Dollar Trees at my second location. They had such a huge selection of yarn, and I had the red in my cart. I really liked it, but I was afraid that putting the green and the red together would be too Christmassy, and I didn't want to throw that off. So let me just pull this up so you can see. This is worsted weight. This is definitely more of a worsted weight. I will hold it up to the other one in a second. Again, from the Premier Yarn brand, this is obviously not their high end or better version, but it is incredibly soft. 109 yards, 1.76 ounces, 50 grams, 100 meters. This is a 5mm knitting needle, 5.5 or I9 crochet hook, and that does seem more accurate with this. In fact, I would even be like, okay, this is a 6 and that one is a 5.5. So I think it's funny. What difference is here? Oh, I didn't read on the other one, but this is machine wash warm, tumble dry, low heat. Color eggplant. This is made in Turkey. This is made in India. And this one is 100% acrylic. So this was a polyester mix over here, and this is acrylic. Let's do a little comparison of the two, just so you can see the size difference here. Woo! Yeah, like check that out. That is absolutely a 4 weight. This though, that is absolutely a DK weight. And the fact that this is calling for a 6mm hook versus this is calling for a 5.5, like I said, that should absolutely be reversed. In fact, I'm thinking I will probably do just a 5 with this one. But that is so funny to me. Like, look at that difference. That is a crazy difference. So for this one, I am thinking, I have seen so many patterns out there. I've never made one, but I am thinking a granny square bag. I know you're typically supposed to do it with cotton yarn. However, they didn't have cotton yarn at this location. So I am going all acrylic. It'll be great. And my plan is these colors, including the white as the granny square. And then this is just for the border and for the handle and all of that goodness. So I will put this at the end, and or at least part of it, just to show you like how it's coming across. And yeah, let's get to yarning. Woohoo!
3 days later.
All right, it has been a few days now, and I am going to show you what I've done. So I did follow through with my plan to make a granny square bag. This definitely ended up being a little bit different than I planned, or really I hadn't given it enough thought when I was planning, because I would have chosen more consistent colors or like colors that kind of went together a little bit better. I like the jewel tone, but I did a couple mock-up granny squares, and I decided in the end I liked the idea of having black and then just kind of working that. It was a good way to make them kind of uniform. However, I don't know. I should have gotten like all purple or all green or something, but I still think it's fun. And she is way bigger than I had planned. So, skein for size demonstration. So, I think this is going to end up being a really great project bag. I'm just going to use it for around the house. If I was going to take it out and about, I would line it, but I don't feel like lining things. So, like I said, this did end up being a lot bigger. In the description, I will link whose pattern I used. I did kind of go off a little bit with this part. So this handle, oh my gosh, it ended up being a lot longer than planned. But you know what? It's great because this sits like, you know what? I'll just post a picture, or I'll just put a picture up so you can see what I'm talking about for the length. But truly, like it's a good size. It'll do, what it needs to. I think it's really cute that you have this like full on granny square down here at the bottom. But I am really pleased by this. I think if I were to do this again, I would use cotton yarn rather than the acrylic. The acrylic, I worry about, especially on the handles, if it'll stretch. I thought about doing something different, so it didn't. But again, where this is just going to be kind of around the house project bag, I'm not too worried about it. But cotton would definitely be better in the long run. However, again, I love this. This turned out so well. And then I did end up using this container, this cute one. And full confession, I should have gotten 3 black. I did end up using some black that I already had. I should have had 3. But I ended up with, like, I didn't even touch the second blue skein. I used a little bit of the green because I had used some in my experimentation time with this pattern. And then the purple, I did 5 squares in the purple, 4 in green, 4 in blue. So there is a little bit more of the purple used. The white looks a little special, but I decided to not use the white. But this, like I said, this was like perfect for these size skeins. It kept everything organized, and overall, like super, super pleased with this bag and how it turned out. Not quite what I was going in envisioning, but I'm not mad. I really like this. And the other project is this blanket. So I filmed the first part of this video on Monday. Today is Friday afternoon. So this is not done. The bag was done, but this is not. However, this will get done over time. This is perfect. Like, it seriously keeps everything organized. Like, I love this. This was a great storage item. And this will definitely be, I think, for another around the house, like carry to different rooms kind of bag, versus a lot of my other project bags. So I ended up with, let me pull out a little bit here. I ended up with this really cute little baby blanket. I am doing the block stitch, and I am doing every other row in white. So it is adorable. I am in love with how this is turning out. Now, this is not a very big blanket, and I probably should have gone back after like 2 rows, added on a little bit more, but this is just going to be a true baby blanket. Again, not big at all. But I do have plenty and plenty of yarn left. Now, the reason why I probably could have gone wider, not probably, I could have definitely gone wider. But I am loving how this is turning out. I think it is so cute. It's very pastel. It's very like Eastery, springy. I feel like the colors on the camera are turning out slightly more vibrant than they are in real life. Like, there you go. It is more pastel in real life. Real life, I don't know why I keep saying that. In person. I think the other thing that I would have loved is, I would have been really great if they had like a pastel green, just to get another color in there. But again, I'm not mad at this. Now, I am ending up with a lot of stuff on the side as I'm switching every row. However, I've never done one before, but I think this might be the time for me to try out an envelope border, just so it hides all those and I don't have to weave them in. But we will see. But yeah, this is definitely like baby, not like big baby blanket, like maybe a stroller blanket size. But again, I love this. So for the bag, I ended up staying at a 5.5. This called for, remember, I was annoyed with this. It was calling for a 6mm hook. I sized all the way down to a 5mm hook. Ooh, there we go. Just because the yarn is thinner, and I thought that would work out better. But Yeah, so I definitely overbought yarn on the bag project. I could have saved myself 3 skeins, or I guess 2 skeins, because I did end up needing another black. I didn't go to the store to buy another black. I just used what I had here, but I definitely needed that 3rd skein of black. So for that one, I ended up using 4, 5, 6 full skeins on the blanket of 109 yards. And for this one, obviously still in progress. But let's see, the pink is the one I used first, and I'm on my 4th row of pink. And yeah, I still have like a decent amount. The white has been every other row, but it's been smaller, so I have plenty of yarn for that. And I am excited to finish this, and it for a spur of the moment decision to go to Dollar Tree and just get some fun things. I'm really happy. I'm really impressed with how everything turned out. So, uh, yeah, thanks for joining me on this random decision, this random adventure. And hopefully, you got some inspiration to maybe visit your Dollar Tree, see what you could find, get a project started. And thanks for joining me. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye.